So we're good.
Cool.
But also, it is the Sweety Treaty.
On both.
Elijah's in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the recording, you didn't say the.
Okay, we'll clarify.
It'll be linked anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
You'd be really proud of us, Nick. We did say it.
Yeah. And we shouted out the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, we actually remembered.
The Netherlands?
Yeah, they're like our second biggest following for some reason.
Way.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah.
No idea why.
Hello, Dutch. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You have a water.
It's coconut water.
It's still a liquid. It's almost done.
Yo, this is the best stuff right here.
It is.
Yeah.
Not that brand. Not Vita
I know.
Coco.
I know. The better one is the can
With the green.
PH something. It's the Vietnamese brand.
Yeah.
I
that one's
like, I
lit.
like one of the cans.
Yeah, that one's way better.
Yeah,
Do you do the chunks in it, or do you just
Yo,
like the
the
water?
chunks.
I like the
chunks.
chunks.
Chunks, yeah.
The chunks.
Orange juice. You guys do pulp?
Lots of pulp.
Lots of pulp.
Lots
Cool.
of pulp.
People always looked at me when I was weird growing up, saying like, "Yo, you like pulp?" And I was like,
Pulp is amazing.
"I would get extra
Yeah.
pulp." That's like
Yeah,
that's
I
where
don't
I'd
know
be
why.
at.
Who doesn't want that shit?
I don't know.
It's so good.
Right?
It's like bursts of flavor.
A one, a two, a one, two, three.
It's the Sweety Treaty Show.
No? All right.
Yo, it's Good Medicine on the microphone. Michael Daniel Broadfoot. My Blackfoot name is Apiskonaki, which means far shooter. Really happy to be back on the show this week. We got some really special guests for everyone. We're really excited to have them on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm back, Wacey. Tasty Wacey, as some people like to call me.
Yeah.
Because the tastiest part is the chip on my shoulder. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for today because we have Cartel Madras. And this is an exciting one for Michael and I particularly because this is the first guest that we don't actually like personally know.
Yeah.
Normally it's just people we know that we invite on. But this one, like I saw you guys at Sled Island, and I've just been following you guys on the internet and like seeing everything that you guys are doing, and you know, it's cool. I like it, and so we slid into your guys' DMs and you responded.
Yeah, thanks for bringing us through.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to just introduce yourselves.
Cool. Hi, everybody. We are Cartel Madras. I am Contra.
I'm a Boshi.
And I'm Egglad. Hello.
Yo.
Nice. What was that one?
Egglad, yeah.
Egladia?
Egglad.
Egladia. Okay.
That's fun, though. If I ever do
let's
some
roll with
drag. Yeah.
Nice. I feel like it's like a saber, like a curved saber when you say it. Gladia. Yeah. Or gladius. That's, I think, a gladius.
Oh,
is a
shit,
sword.
yeah.
So cool. Yeah. Man, I had a wicked busy week this week. Like, I don't know if you guys have weeks where you're just like, I don't even know how I'm getting all this stuff done, but that is like this week. I'm helping out with new student orientation next week with the Aboriginal Education Program, which is the program I came through for university. Shout out to Tori McMillan for getting me in university. I wouldn't be here without that program, without that person. And yeah, so I'm really...
Yeah, I had a busy ass week too. Mainly just moving my own shit, helping other people move. You guys know Zach May, eh? Do you guys know Zach?
Do we know
Sounds-
Zach?
Yo, that's very familiar.
It
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
It sounds
He
familiar.
has the house in Martaloop that everyone
Yep,
goes to.
okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Totally. Oh, that guy's dope.
That was so
That's
fun.
the one.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Good house. Been helping him move out.
Foosball.
Oh, no, he's leaving.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's leaving that place, and shout out to him. But yeah, I've been helping him.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
For real. That
If,
guy
Really
if
is-
you
spot.
didn't know Zach May would that idea to have these folks on the show have happened? Is that kind of the
What do you mean?
middle ground there? I don't know who Zach May is.
Oh, he's just a guy that has a house
Okay.
that we've all been
Yeah.
to.
He's
Well,
very generous with
a
that house.
noteworthy
Yeah.
house.
This is the party house though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of?
Yeah. The one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Cool.
Okay.
So why don't we start off with the Sweety Treaty Show
Treaty.
Okay.
So like I was sharing earlier, it's based off the tenets of hip hop. I'm big into KRS-One. You guys know KRS-One?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I really like a lot of what he talks about with hip hop, and so I actually learned those tenets with him. So The Sweety Treaty Show treaty is just to have peace, love, and having fun for all guests and listeners. And anybody in the back crew there who makes this show possible, like DJ Levy, DJ Nick, and Hype Girl. Hype Woman.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hype Woman.
Hype Girl was a few years ago.
Yes. It's growing a bit older. So, so just in knowing that, just repeat after me here. I agree and I feel that.
I agree
and I feel that.
And I will ask myself to will that.
And I will ask myself to will that.
Word. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I saw you guys at. I actually didn't. So I'm gonna be truthful. I didn't go to your show at Sled Island.
You saw us at the Snotty Nose
leaving.
Res Kick show.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we went to Zach's house.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Okay, it's all coming back.
if it makes
Okay.
you feel better, I bought a ticket to your show.
The Legion show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got sick and I didn't show up.
Dude, don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
There'd be a
Worry
feature.
about it. It was an insane.
It was
show.
you kind of missed out, but
Thanks. But you guys have been busy since then.
We
Yeah.
have.
You've been
Quite
doing a
busy.
lot.
Mhm.
You want to talk about what you guys have been up to?
Yeah. Let's see. Sled was a big moment for us. It kind of felt like we'd been doing shows before Sled in Calgary and Edmonton. We'd been going kind of back and forth and building our online presence, but then we did Sled and it felt
it was just a very good culmination of the people that were like following us up until
Mhm.
then that hadn't really gotten a chance to see us or didn't know where to see us.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so because it was so like publicly accessible and because like we were in the like guide to Sled and you could see us,
Yeah.
it was like, oh right, if I was at all curious about these people till now is a good chance for me to go find out what that's about.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, and having 2 shows during that to like
exactly.
It was dope.
half of our friends, you try to get people to a show and it's like
Yeah.
having a second one to get the hype up is definitely helpful.
Honestly, shout out to Sled Island because they
Yeah.
put us
Yeah.
on
They put us
in
on.
such a good way.
Yeah,
Like we
it was-
opened the festival and we closed it.
Like they
Oh,
really
nice.
trusted.
Wow.
Yeah.
They really trusted and it was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we owe them a ton for sure.
We do. And we sort of, used Sled as an exercise to completely be present at every single night of Sled Island. So in some capacity, we were on stage every day
Like
of Sled
basically
Island.
every night.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
I did
cool.
Or like
Otherwise.
someone from the cartel crew.
Yeah, it was like a goal. We're like, okay, we're getting on stage every night. Doesn't matter if we're playing, we're on that stage.
Nice.
So
It was good.
we hit the big hip hop shows of Sled. We were at the Thundercat
No,
show. Further away.
Very
Okay.
loud.
Oh.
Appears to be yelling. Okay.
Yeah.
Screaming.
I
into the
feel you.
mic. You're good.
Carrie Faux show.
We
Careful
are really
show.
excited to have you on here too.
And the Snotty Nose show. That one was my favorite.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a fun
Yeah, that
one.
was dope.
Yeah, we went to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a point where me and Wacey were really close to the floor, flaring our hair around there.
Yeah, during
That
long
was-
hair, don't care.
Long
Yeah.
hair,
Amazing.
don't care.
I went
Yeah.
into that show with a braid and I came out with no braid.
Yeah, yeah. That was good. That was really good. I seen Dreezes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of people from the community. Sometimes I think you guys probably seen this when you came in. I can get like really excited and really talkative. And when I was at that show, I was just like so many folks that I knew, and I was like, "Yo, this person's really dope at this." And then like they were like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like they'd meet, and then I'd be like chatting to 2 other people, and they didn't know each other, and I'd be like, "Yo, this person's really dope at this," and like introduce them, and like constantly kind of like bouncing around there. It was really fun.
I remember when you went to go for a smoke and you're gone for like almost 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a long time. I
Yeah,
thought I lost you.
it's a big cigarette.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
That show had a good vibe, I felt. Like there's fun shows, and that show, it just felt like everyone had come there and they were all kind of like people who
Knew the lineup.
yeah.
And were interested in that lineup specifically.
Yeah.
Because like they knew for all of the artists that went on that night, they knew how to rock out and they were having a good time with all of them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and I felt good about my city during that show. Like
Exactly.
I was worried that someone was gonna wild out and start making a scene in the crowd, and that never happened. It was good vibes.
It was
the
just
whole
good.
time,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No hate at all going on there. It was
Yeah,
it was
a
good.
one.
Yeah. I met I know Jared Tailfeathers. Shout out to Jared Tailfeathers. You guys know
Yeah,
Jared?
he's dope. Yeah.
Yeah. I seen him at the show there, and I've met Jared at a few other events that I've done, like Common Ground, which was a Calgary Arts Development Association thing that they did, and was really awesome. And and Jared was there as like a liaison, basically like a peacekeeper. But I really appreciate that role in that he wasn't there to like try and like, as a security, he was there to like keep good vibes going, and that for me, I think, we're really good at like setting up laws and saying like you can do this or you can't do this, but it's like people who are stepping up to be like tangibly in social interactions, keeping good vibes. Like that's a skill in and of itself, and I appreciate those people that take the time to be with people and to kind of get those relationships in a healthy way.
Oh yeah, bouncers just escalate half the time. They show up and they're like, buddy, problem, you.
Yeah.
We were at Flip Fest. They called them active listeners. Same vibe. Very good.
Oh, nice.
Very
cool.
helpful. Yeah.
Active listeners.
I like that.
Yeah, they were just sort of there to like explain, not really the mandate, but sort of what Flip Fest was all about, and also just help people out. It was
Yeah.
good.
Nice. That's
Wow.
cool.
Like keep the treaty. Keep everyone
Exactly.
behaving as you ought to at a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, and like I don't really go out much anymore. Like I work on my projects. Like I'm in school. Like once in a while, I'll head out to it's on Center Street there. Can't remember. There's my two favorites. This is like blanking right now. One's on 10th Ave. They got hip hop or deep house on Sundays.
Is it Habitat?
So Habitat is on Center Street.
Oh, you're thinking
Hi-Fi?
Hi-Fi. Those are my two. But that
Those
was
are good ones.
Habitat was the first one I was trying to think of. Thank you. And I'll like head out there and like dance and just chill. And I've always had a good experience at Habitat. Sometimes I found Hi-Fi gets a little funny there, but I don't really like to go out and have drama. Like I just kind of like to, go out and enjoy myself. And that's, appreciating what you were saying about active listeners or good vibes at shows. Part of the reason I don't go out as much because it's not like, sometimes people are going there or like some venues have security guards that are just like, and you like, if you talk to these people, these security guards in real life, outside of kind of the bar, they're there, to kind of take out some of their anger, some of these guys here. And that's,
they're showing up ready for conflict.
Yeah.
Totally.
Hungry for it. Yeah.
Which is not a way. Yeah. So anyways, everybody who's making shows, good vibes, appreciate you. Good vibes to you. So we know you guys have been busy doing some shows there.
What's your next one?
Yeah.
We have this is a huge shout out for this upcoming show.
Yeah.
Because we've got a sick lineup, and it's going to be at a secret location, and it is part 2 of a series we're doing called Sans Fucks.
Wow.
Yeah. And we have on our bill this time we have DJ Blackfoot.
Yeah.
Nice.
What up?
Shout out to
We
Richard.
have
What up?
Selassie, and we have Pretty Boy
Floyd.
Just Floyd. That's just his Instagram handle. Floyd.
Floyd.
And then we're also going to do some stuff. And it's like the first one went so insanely well.
Yeah.
And just beautifully.
Wow.
Nice.
I was gonna send you guys all invites. So basically, we had the first one we had in late May,
Yeah.
and we just kind of wanted. I mean, we make music, but I think the other part of what we're trying to do is sort of build a scene and a culture and a sort of atmosphere in the city.
Yeah.
So we were like, we want to throw this underground hip hop party where you have to know someone to get in.
Cool.
And there's like, it's not in a venue, so you can't get shut down. You get liquor in there, or like you bring your own booze, and it is a ticketed event, and there's like a lineup of artists, but it's like you don't really know what's happening. It's kind of a pop-up in the way that the next day if you drive by that location, you're like, was I there? Did I have a party there last night?
This is
That's
like
cool.
with those like sci-fi shows when like the aliens are all like set up in a place, and then all suddenly like the next day you go, like nothing's there, like
there.
totally no trace. Yeah, totally.
So we had the first Sans Fucks in May, and it was
And what does that
crazy.
mean? Sans fucks.
no fucks.
Oh no.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
It's
Nice.
French.
It's
Yeah.
not real
Right.
French. It's not real.
I'm
grammatically correct
really
at all.
ruining the pronunciation of that word.
There's some French people who are just like,
yeah.
that was not
I
pronounced.
said it to my French friend. She was like, "Are you saying this?" I was like, "That's correct. That's what I'm saying." Sans
No, like ultimately, even in that context, it doesn't
make any
mean
sense at all.
anything because
No,
it's not.
grammatic.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But the concept behind it is kind of like we wanted like a streetwear label idea for what we wanted the actual project to be.
Cool.
Not at all making streetwear, but sort of having this like umbrella term that we could all have a bunch of things going on under it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you could have artists come in, and they're there for a show, but they're there to meet other people like them, and it's this kind of amalgamation of different types of creatives who can meet each other and they can watch this show and they can drink and anything can happen. And, you know, the next day you're like, what? You know what I mean? And it's this secret kind of moving party in Calgary.
That's
cool.
awesome.
So the first one went intensely well. We sold out.
We sold out 3 times. And
Yes.
we couldn't have everyone. We like reached capacity more than we had
So
capacity.
Oh, wow.
What do you do? Like, how, do you hit all the folks up there, like the last bits on the list, and be like, "Yo, sorry," like?
So we had to have a wait list last time.
Yeah. And what happened was a lot of people thought they could get tickets at the door.
And it was a no. We kept saying we're like no door tickets.
Like, we just
we're
People
not-
are going to show up anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
they're like,
Well, you
we
can't
don't
even
care.
find the door,
Like,
right? It was a secret
it's
location.
a secret location. but
Somehow it
someone,
got out.
like,
I'm
leaked.
so excited. Like
That
every
sounds
time
so
you guys
cool.
see what was that moving dance party? What was that?
I know which one you're talking about.
Decentralized dance party.
Yeah,
This has this kind of vibes
Yeah.
kind of to it. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool.
This
Yeah.
one, so yeah, you guys all have to come. It's
Okay.
September
15th.
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 Will this be out by September? We released this like a week
Oh,
from
totally, yeah.
Well, I
today.
mean, if it's it'll be out.
Okay.
Right?
So
Yeah, it's like September 1st. It'll be very current.
September
Okay, cool.
1st.
Today's the 31st of August.
so it'll come out the 6th. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it'll come out. So you guys are cool.
I mean, if it comes out after the 15th, you guys missed out. It was a great party.
Fuck, that was
Sounds
fun.
like
Past tense.
I
Yeah.
had such a great time.
Yeah. But
Sorry. Go ahead.
no. I was gonna say, yeah, come to that. It'll be wild. I'll send you guys. I'll send you guys all invites because we
Cool.
are 60% sold already.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's gonna
Yeah.
sell out in like
Cool.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And,
If anyone listening has a good venue with more than
it's
hard to find more than 150
That's the
capacity
thing.
anyway.
So we're trying
yeah.
to keep it to 100 this time and then keep growing it.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Cool.
that'll be. Yeah, I'm very excited for that one.
That sounds really
So
cool.
can I ask what makes the show good? Like you know, obviously, like I would maybe think about like people coming away feeling good and like fresh and not,
It's a great
you know.
question.
But like what,
Mhm.
like and also kind of say this in my mind too, thinking about hip hop as a culture. You know, this is like it's a way of being. You know, we do the Sweety Treaty Show treaty that way because, like for me, the culture of hip hop has given me a lot. You know, like just as a human being. Yeah.
I think like a huge part of like the difference of atmosphere between like Sans Fucks and going out to a show or something is that
Yeah.
going out to a show, going out at night, it's so corporate now.
Mm.
And
Totally.
it's all about just
Yeah.
like money in
National
all of the
or-
directions and just paying to get in, paying for drinks, paying to look good, paying to get out, Ubering
Totally.
here, Ubering there.
Yeah.
Cookie cutter.
And it's all
Yeah.
for the purpose of what? Going to a club to hear music you don't like or going to a show that you can't see the person who's performing.
Yeah.
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 So like with having a more intimate space and also just having like no rules, bring whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you want to get drunk and show up, do it. If you want to bring some stuff, do it. We don't have cops there. Who gives a shit?
Right. Sans fucks.
Like a huge part of it is no narcs because
Yeah, we say that in
we don't
all
want
our
any
invites,
vibe
no
killers.
Yeah, word. Word.
And you know, at least us, a huge way we grew as Cartel Madras, which I don't even think we planned that when we were making music, was we grew. People really got to know us through our performances, which was
Wow.
you come to our show, and once our show is done, you feel a bit overwhelmed. You feel like, I don't know, maybe you were
Word.
at a riot or something. You,
Yeah.
It should feel like a
It should-
lot.
yeah,
Yeah, you should be a bit
overwhelming.
shook.
Overwhelming.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were like, how can we take that product that we keep bringing on stage and like bring it to like a party itself?
Yeah.
Cool.
An evening versus a 20-minute set or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
In every way, right? So it's like, oh, you walk in and there's like, you know, like fog and there's
Yeah.
like lights going, and then you're like trying to find people and you like see people, and you know, everyone kind of looks cool. Everyone looks there. They're trying to make art, like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But they're themselves.
Yeah, like
they're
you
not
should-
corporate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should come in there and feel like this is a night. Anything can happen, and you're going out for yourself,
Cool.
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
You
cool.
guys are really good at selling this because
Yeah,
I am
fucking-
just like
I wanna go
almost out of my
tomorrow.
seat right now beside myself. That's cool. You know, so just to bring KRS-One back into this, he was talking about the difference between a rapper and an MC. And he was saying like a rapper makes commercial music. Rapper, you know, works with a recording label or could be an independent artist, but it's about putting out recorded music. An MC is somebody who moves the crowd. They use the microphone as a tool. You know, they're building community. they use the culture of hip hop to connect people. And I'm hearing that from you guys. Like, it's not, this is not, we're just kind of doing this to kind of like, we just love our music. I'm sure that's a part of it. But there's some real cultural things you guys are putting together here. Like, this is to make, people feel something. And obviously we feel your lyrics, listen to Trapistan. Really appreciate you guys putting out your music, like, for real.
Thank you.
But it's different, and even to hear you guys building your own following up in person, like, not just like, hey, like, I'm on YouTube here trying to get like a million views. Like, these are real people that you're connecting with in a place. This is
Totally. Yeah, that's kind of what it is to us, I think. Like, we've done like 30 shows this year and have
Nice.
5 tracks out. Like, we're a live.
We're very much a live performance group, and that's what we love doing.
Nice.
We love being either like on a stage or just in front of the people that want to come watch us and interacting with them, having a good time, getting wild, getting rowdy with them. That's part of the fun.
Nice.
But like having that many shows that we've done since 2018 started has been exactly what we wanted.
cool.
Because like those are the spaces that like we make the most important connections, and where if you see us on stage, you're gonna completely understand what this is all about.
Word.
Nice.
Well, not have seen either of us seeing you guys on stage just yet, and so maybe you could help me out a little bit. Like, I'm feeling through your music and just through conversation, but could you maybe put some words to that? And also maybe in that mix, also you started talking about how you guys got started, and that was through your shows, people showing up. How did you guys start? So, what is this about, and how did you guys get started? What's your origin story?
So in terms of like what this is about, not talking thematically, because that's a different conversation, but just in terms of what the product of our art tends to be, especially like the pattern of it in the past couple of things that we've been doing, which is mostly shows. In that, it's really just having a show that people haven't seen before and that people are always trying to get to see.
Cool.
Because when we go out to see a rapper that we like, or to see anything that we like, we want to leave feeling insane and like feeling really good about it.
And charged up.
Nice.
Right? And like we always talk about the shows that we never forget in our life.
Wow.
Right? Because it's like, I remember in 2014 seeing Freddie Gibbs. Like, I still remember that show
in my head.
I can close my eyes and I'm there kind of shit.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like, it's like, there's this feeling you get after that show. We watched Flying Lotus
at last year's Sled, and it was totally that. Like, he did all of the stuff to make that show memorable.
Cool.
And we were like, we know we're small, but like we know like we're just starting out, right? Like but still we're like, how can we get people to kind of connect with us and feel what we're doing in a way that's not just, moving for sure, but also exciting, where they come away from it and they're like, I need to talk about what just happened here. I need to go tell someone else. I need to find my way into the other Cartel Madras show.
Nice.
Cool.
But in terms of origin story...
Sorry, and I just wanted to... I know I keep cutting you guys off. So
No, go ahead.
That to me... it's just really cool. That's all I wanted to say.
And I think sort of in what we've just said, we make it sound a certain way, but our performance style is actually like very true to hip hop. And it's not at all like, we're not using like fireworks and pyrotechnics. That stuff's dope, but like that's not what we're about. We're very much about using the space that we're given and like owning it. And just doing what we can, interacting with the audience, making the audience feel loved and connected and excited.
Nice.
Yeah, we judge the success of it on how into it the audience got.
Was
How
there
much
a mosh
pit?
pit? Was there a mosh pit?
That's always the question. Was there a mosh pit?
One of us always goes in to start one during the set.
Wow.
It's usually Egg Lad, like flying.
He'll fly over the DJ controller.
Dropping elbows,
You guys read Stephen Covey's 7 Habits Highly Effective People? Anybody?
No.
I've heard of
Yeah,
it.
in
but I
high
haven't-
school, way back, yeah.
Yeah, word. So one of his ideas is that there's 2 circles, circle of influence and circle of concern. So like you want your circle of influence to grow, that's where you got to focus your attention. And that's what I'm hearing from you guys. It's like circle of influence. You guys are focusing on the people that you're interacting with. You're connecting with the people that you're interacting with, and that is the cascade, right? You're not getting concerned about how big other rappers are, or how, what are other YYC rappers doing. Like, you guys are doing your own thing in your own way, and what you know how to influence. I think that's like mucho respecto. That's awesome. Like, that is,
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
you,
we've
thank
been
you.
put on.
Yeah, people have like, it's that thing where we've also tried to do it as much as possible since we've started being somewhat responsible for a show, where it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
if we like someone and we like what they're doing, we're gonna do what we can to make sure people notice them too.
Word.
Yeah. Oh,
Whether it's opening for us or being a part of Sans Fox or just like working together in some way.
Cool.
It's like we want to, if we genuinely like what you're doing, there is no reason for us to not work with you
Yeah,
or like give
totally.
you a platform to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not very hip hop to just succeed by yourself
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
these streams by yourself and
Yeah.
then be in a cultural desert where no one else gets put on and stuff like that. That's not. I don't think that wouldn't make us happy. I don't think.
No.
Nice, yeah. I think with the show, that's kind of what we try and do. Like
With this show?
With this show,
Yeah.
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 You part
Lot
of
of
another
shows.
show you're not telling me about?
Shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, with this show, that's definitely like kind of like our basis, where we're just kind of like where we like people, and so we want to put them on and promote their stuff, and let themselves promote their stuff. And I just think like it's almost like a less popular version of like the Jimmy Kimmel Show, where like people just come on and promote their own shit.
Yeah.
And
And Sway,
that's
we
a lot of
got
fun.
some hip hop influence there, like Sway,
Yeah, Sway.
Flex.
Yeah.
These, I was talking with DJ Levy, and if I can quote him right now, just by saying, he said, "This is the closest thing to being a part of those hip hop shows
yeah.
that I watch, that I see." And for me, like, because I watched some of those too, like,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I felt getting into this, and to have somebody else see that was like
That's
really
cool.
It's really cool.
exciting. Yeah.
Well,
And all those shows started with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just some people at campus and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
it feels like it because a lot of the hip hop shows I think I have heard predominantly it's music and then a quick little 3-minute interview at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like with campus radio, like the ability to have that conversation with the artists that you want to talk to and then
Yeah.
having them go on to succeed, like Stretch and Babito, like
Mm.
their show was in campus. They were using tapes. They were recording things really
Yeah.
shittily because they had no money.
Yeah.
That was legendary.
Yeah.
Everybody in hip hop knows and talks about that. That had several of the greatest rap battles of all time. And like,
yeah.
if we have spaces like that, it's lit.
Well, and like I always like to go back to Dungeon Family from
Yeah.
the south there. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that story about they're all chilling in the basement. It's not even finished. It's a dirt
Yeah,
basement.
concrete walls, yeah.
Concrete
Totally.
walls. The
Yeah.
recording booth is the shower. Like
Sleeping in the bathtub. like,
yeah,
That's
yeah.
just too cool.
That,
We actually have some nonsense going on where we're moving studios
Yeah.
from
Basement
our
to
basement
basement.
studio to another basement studio.
Yeah.
And we're just like stapling blankets to the wall.
oh, beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got 8 cartons.
Yeah,
in
I
yours.
got a little
Oh, yeah,
recording
yeah, yeah.
studio at my place. My partner, she's not into music in the same way I am. So and we just moved into a new place, so we're finding that balance of how to use the space. But our spare bedroom is a recording studio, and so we got I want an egg carton studio. We're gonna paint them together, and yeah, it's gonna be good. So.
Awesome.
I was hoping Michael move to that place actually recently, and I remember picking up this bag, and it had no joke 500 egg cartons. I was like, what the fuck is this?
He's been saving up.
Yeah, what are you doing?
and just to add some humor to that, my favorite food in the world is bacon and eggs. So I've been
yes.
crushing the eggs and the bacon.
Egg lad right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Before-
love it. You love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All about daily.
On the daily.
He's good at
Yeah.
eggs too. He can
Before-
make that egg.
Nice. what's your favorite kind of egg? And maybe this changes from time to time. So what are you into right now?
yeah.
Egg
I
gelato.
Egg lad special is so what you do, you get a nice olive oil, a bit of canola oil in there, a bit of butter in there. You need
Damn.
multiple oils, different characteristics. You
Whoa.
Yeah.
crack some black pepper onto that, a couple of red red chili flakes in there.
Ooh.
And then you got to be quick. You got to have your eggs ready. The egg in a bowl, cracked, ready.
Yeah.
And then you take turmeric. And you sprinkle turmeric onto that oil. After the oil's kind of nice and hot, you can give it like 5-10 seconds tops.
Ooh.
And then you get that egg on there.
Yo, I'm making notes.
Yeah. And then you put like a little lid on top and you steam the top of the egg.
Oh shit!
And then, so when you put it on your toast, you just flip it down with the soft steam side down. The egg yolk should still be kind of chucky.
Yeah.
And what you get on the bottom of that egg, it's like a sunrise, man. It's that like
Wow.
gradient
What
of
the
fuchsia. And,
that sounds delicious.
dude, yeah.
Yo. All right. You know,
I'm glad
we're
how
gonna-
much you went into that.
Yeah, egg lad.
Picture in my head.
I'm gonna have to have an egg date with you.
No, that's
We'll make some
breakfast.
eggs.
Like
We'll make
best
some eggs.
breakfast. You wake up to that breakfast, you're like, I'm not. Let's just keep eating breakfast. That's the
I'm
only
gonna go back
meal
to
I
bed.
want. I'm gonna sleep again.
Cool. So before we went on that tangent, we were
Yeah,
gonna
recipe hour over here. Yeah.
so how did you guys get started? What was that kind of story?
How did the three of you guys even like meet?
Yeah.
So like
We all met on Grindr.
we're all like glory holing into eternity. We all met at the same glory hole. Who would have thought?
Word.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Filthy.
Stranger
All
Things.
of us are filthy.
Yeah, fucked up.
But no, like we're sisters.
Oh, word.
Yes,
Word.
yes.
Okay, so you guys met pretty early on.
Shockingly.
Yes.
Shockingly.
Yes.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
two years ago.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, so we're sisters, and he's actually our cousin.
Cool.
Yeah.
Word.
That's not
Word.
true.
Not.
Oh, okay.
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 I believed you.
Why?
I was like, I believed you.
Yo, I'm Métis, and like our background, you know, so you got some Métis that are really dark, some Métis that you don't even know are Métis. Yeah, so like,
Oh yeah, you got Cree people, blonde blue eyes and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Takes all kinds. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, there's
word.
no Indian man that looks like Tristan.
Like Tristan is as white as
I'll
they
find
come.
you somebody. There's somebody.
But I don't know, like my grandma basically treats him like he's an Indian now.
Nice.
Because he's always making eggs in her kitchen.
Oh,
I'm in.
Yeah.
You're making a special every time. That's good.
Special.
Yeah.
She smells it. She respects it. She knows.
Yeah.
The way to a
it's
woman's
good.
heart is
Yeah.
through the eggs.
does she comment on your spicing at all?
No, we have a non-verbal
Agreement.
smile nod relationship for sure. Very
No
polite.
words are
but-
spoken.
Sorry, grandma lives at home too, eh?
So, my grandma lives with my parents.
Our parents
Cool.
who are in Calgary.
Okay, and you guys are not living there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Word.
like they're there, so we see them quite frequently.
That's where the studio's
Mostly
been.
for the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been using my parents' house
mostly
for the
food.
studio, but they have a nice big basement, so we're
Cool.
we're recording.
and that's our studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, something I think a lot about. So I'm a health science major. My minor is in Indigenous studies, and my vision for myself is to be a public figure for mental health. I really want us to have a culture about self-care, self-love. Sounds like some overlap with how you guys are using your music. And there was something I was going to say. What was I just saying? Oh, the importance of connecting the generations. You know, like however that is. You know, in North America here, it's this weird trend of like we just put all our old people in a house and like you know you hear them like saying that's not cool. We're still doing it, though.
Right,
So,
right.
Kind of fucked up, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like so. Anyways, I just want to say that's cool. You guys are connected with your grandparents.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of
like today is actually our granddad's death anniversary. Shout out,
Yeah.
KG
Shout out.
Minamata.
Shout out.
yeah, that's true.
He was a
It
G.
is. He was
Yeah.
a
He was
a
real
G.
G.
Yeah, what up?
He was.
Good vibes.
But, you know, growing up with our grandma at home and just our parents made sure we were pretty culturally connected
Cool.
growing up. And, you know, when you're growing up, you're not sure how to really process that because I'm sure there were tons of moments where we were like, now.
Yeah.
But, you know, with Cartel Madras, it's right there in our name. Madras is where we were born in India.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. Well,
Funny bone.
And Cartel, is
Cranked
that,
your knee.
did that start in school? You guys were hustling or?
Cartel, well, there's so many different.
We've been throwing that word around for our group of friends for a long
word.
time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so like the group of friends that we've had, which like we're always adding new people to, but the people that really get it and the people that we're like really close with, we've always sort of just been referring to ourselves in that way.
there's strength in numbers in a cartel, and
Yeah.
we see this as a bit of a movement,
Yeah.
right? On one hand, the other thing is also
The cartel movement.
Yeah.
join the cartel. We say that all the
Join
time.
the cartel.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are actually now making clothes that
Yes.
say that.
Cartel
too.
apparel.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
guys want to talk about that?
Yeah.
It's really cute.
The sweatshirt
Yeah,
is
it's
dope.
adorable.
It is
Yeah.
really dope. We can hook you up.
Fun.
Yeah?
We can hook you guys
That'd
up
be
with
really
some
nice.
merch.
Yeah,
Wow,
that'd be
that
cool.
would be awesome. I'd rock it. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Sick.
One of my, just to add this, one of my favorite things to do is rock my friend shit. Like,
Yeah.
I like having my gear come from people that I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's dope.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah, our stuff is very, very beautiful.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
just
shout out to
coming in
Chelsea
today, you
Dyer.
guys are put together. Like, you guys
Thanks.
look fresh.
Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks,
For
thanks.
real.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And it's good too because we actually take like a group picture at the end.
Okay. Cool.
okay.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that. And I like didn't dress up for it. Get ready for that.
And
You look fresh. You look good.
when
Thanks,
when we
Thanks for lying.
No, what? I like your shirt.
You know, it's actually it's a Blackfoot slang.
I was gonna ask. I was about to ask.
Oh, yeah.
What does it say?
It says "guh."
What's that a slang for?
It's kind of like it's a term that you can use for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So like if Michael were to say right now like, hey, let's go to a bar, I'd be like, "guh," or something like that. Or if I were to ask him, I would just say, let's go to a bar, "guh," and then hopefully his reply
it's
would
like,
be
let's
"guh."
go.
It's like
Yeah.
Go.
Let's
aight.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Like an
Yeah.
acknowledgement,
Right on.
Yeah.
like a gruntal.
I like that.
When my adopted sister is like bossing me around too, and I'm not like totally paying attention, she's like, "Guh," like kind of intensely. It's like how you say it kind of matters too. I think of it.
My favorite is like because I say "guh" a lot actually,
Mm.
which is why the T-shirt's appropriate. But sometimes I'll say it with people that don't know what it means,
Oh yeah.
and they just think I'm grunting at them.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? My stepmom the other day was like, "Hey, do you want ketchup?" I was, "Guh." I just got like wide eyes. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
okay?
I
Yeah.
like that.
We throw around a lot of.
You guys got any slang? Cartel slang?
Well,
Sans
we have
bucks.
a lot of
Mostly
like
offensive.
South Indian slang that
Yeah,
we like
yeah,
to
yeah,
throw
yeah.
around and incorporate.
It's part of who you are.
Oh, definitely. And like we know those words so well, and explaining the nuance of it to certain people is very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna give us a little lesson here?
What's a good South Indian slang? What do people say all the time?
While you think, actually, just wanted to bring up, you called your group of friends the Cartel,
Yeah.
which is a much more badass name than the name my group of friends got in high school. So we were known as the Scrubs throughout the whole high school. But we fucking rocked that thing. No
You gotta own it.
scrubs every day.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like the word cartel for a rap group where two women are rapping.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
this
Juxtaposition.
yeah.
That people are like, but what?
I mean, women tend to. It's not even like women tend to shy away from it. I think people don't associate women with terms that are so big and sometimes violent.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that has to be there. That has to be there in some way in hip hop, and it has to be there when you're a colored person because the experience
Word.
isn't peachy,
Yeah.
right?
Completely.
That's kind of a nice way of putting it.
Not
yeah.
PG.
Yeah.
So it's like we wanted that there right up front and center where it's like, okay, here's where we were born and here's this word that has so many different meanings to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's this big and kind of powerful and sometimes violent word. It's positive and negative,
Right.
which is the experience of a colored person here.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm a big fan of reclaiming words.
Exactly, exactly.
and that kind of sounds like what you guys are.
We do that a
Oh, yeah.
lot.
Well, and
Nice.
before the
Yeah.
70s, cartel meant something entirely different,
Completely.
right?
There are
It's-
so many cartels running around in North America, but no one would dare call them that because they're
Totally.
white.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
word.
Like Bell, Telus, Rogers. That's a motherfucking cartel.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
They're the one that get me the most.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I just remember getting going to collections there because I wasn't paying my phone bill. Man, that was racking up.
Yeah.
Been
And you
there.
guys hear there's what is that? Is it Wind Mobile? What's the new one on scene there? That's like offering all the good deals.
I think it's Wind Mobile.
Wind is, but I
It's
think
doing-
wind is
But that's
good, right?
No, Wind is one of the biggest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are the state of Qatar or something like that. I shouldn't say too much. I'm talking to my ass,
Okay.
but they're the biggest carrier.
I'm making stuff up, but it's kind of
In the Arab world, they're the biggest carrier
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So
Wow.
oh yeah, they're big money coming in. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Canada has apparently like the worst phone bills.
Yeah,
in the world.
terrible.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
terrible.
bad.
It's awful.
We're doing bad.
What the
Paying
hell?
so much money.
Like it's wild.
Well,
Yeah.
and so I grew up in British Columbia, and over there is so mountainous that so there was a company called BC Tel, which was the original folks that were putting in all these towers, and the government had to step in and say, like, you guys can't have a monopoly on all the phone lines because it was their towers they were putting in there.
Right.
Yeah, and so there's like some places where I'm like, okay, like charge a bit more, but yeah.
TELUS used to be state-owned, right?
Well, so TELUS became BC Tel.
Oh,
Or sorry.
okay. BC Tel
Thank you.
became.
Tel, right.
Got you.
Yeah. Getting back, how did Tristan? So I understand you guys met early on.
Yes.
How did Tristan get connected here?
Oh, I was.
that origin story.
Yeah.
So we
Floated down
cracked
the
open
river.
an egg one day,
I emerged
and he was
fully
like, "Don't
formed.
cook me. I have some help to give."
Yeah,
I can mix that for you.
Yeah.
Well, it was dope because like we met through music mostly, and just like a shared appreciation for like hip hop and art and doing
Word.
all of that. And he would
Yeah.
come to a lot of our shows at the beginning before we had a DJ and someone working on our sound the
Yeah.
way we wanted someone to.
So we sounded a lot worse.
We sounded real bad, and then our shows, our live sound was insane. Like we had one of our cute friends come be a DJ one time.
We were just
No.
like, we were like, we just need you to
Word.
look cute and click play.
Wrong.
And that was horrible.
It went so bad.
Oh no.
Oh,
And so like he was there for quite a few shows, and he was like really
Actually, not even like 3.
yeah, he was
like,
there for
he was
3,
there
and he
pretty
was
quick.
like excited about it, and he's been writing forever too.
oh yeah.
But at one point he was like, "Look, I'm looking into this music thing, and I'm looking into sound. How
Cool.
can I make you guys sound good?"
Word.
And then we were like, "Okay, yeah."
Yeah.
Well, more so, we were like, "Yo, that's dope. Get in, get
Yeah.
in the car. We're
I'm kinda
going."
just-
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the stand that you guys just kind of were like, yeah, okay. Come on.
Well, what was that like? Coming in, really appreciating somebody's art, and then like it must have been scary being like, "Yo, I want to work with you guys." Like that would take some courage, I would think.
Oh, yeah. And like
Yeah.
being up there, not, faking it till you make it. Like,
Yeah.
not really knowing what I'm doing, hoping it sounds good was a little freaky. But I went into like a digital audio program. I figured out what the fuck I'm doing pretty quick here.
Cool.
Nice.
What do you use?
Well, we run our stuff through Serato. We're getting a mixer real soon. So
Okay,
we have an
cool.
outboard vocal processor we're gonna bring in, and we'll be able to mix in everyone's mics at different levels. Like
Cool.
we're looking on getting pretty
Yeah.
advanced here.
It's
Fish.
pretty cool. Like we sound a lot better,
better.
because we
Yeah.
have a person on our team who is competent, not just competent, who like knows what a wire means.
Yeah.
And, like understands technology even
'cause we
remotely.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are MCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strictly
We just work on the words, okay?
Yeah.
And the
Give me a
hip-hop's
microphone, a notebook, a
Yeah.
pen. I'm good.
a beat.
That's
Yeah.
like us. We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah,
so
that's-
we're
I was-
grateful for the people behind the glass.
Like
that-
all the love you guys are showing Tristan. Like I just gotta say, we always try and let these guys know
Yeah.
that we appreciate it because we're coming in here doing the show, but we just have like a microphone. We might have some ideas for content and stuff.
Yeah.
But we would be
Right.
nowhere without somebody to figure out
Yeah.
how to do this stuff.
Well,
And
That's the thing. Originally, DJ Eggled was going to be the one who kind of, we were like, okay, run with this mixtape that we're making right now.
Word.
And let's work on the mixtape. I think at the beginning, just because of how over the top we are on stage,
yeah,
the issue we had even at the beginning when we were kind of like rotating DJs was who can actually stand behind our set and match our energy on stage.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
can do that much?
so it wasn't
right?
even about like technical ability that needs to be there, but it was a human thing. Like
It's like, can you
It's
do
about,
on stage?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
about like having
Yeah.
not only like the interest in the music that you're mixing, but also the ability
Are you
and
a performer?
confidence to do that on stage.
Totally.
Because if you see Eggled on stage now,
I'm a
it's
hype man now.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Jumping over the-
flying into the sky.
But that's, we didn't even know how much that was necessary at the beginning. We're like, our DJ can just be a DJ and you know,
Yeah.
just throw their hand in the air, until we're like, oh no, everyone who's on stage for Cartel Madras has to be Cartel Madras.
Yeah.
Can't just be someone who pops in.
Yeah.
totally.
And
yeah.
we all have to, so what at first was like, let me fix your sound, became, okay, on stage with us, performing with us, writing with us, recording with us. So
Word.
now
Props
So
to
then it
you.
became like a true, like, you know, a
Wow.
unit.
And
It sounds like some big shoes to fill. So
Oh, yes.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
yeah, this is like
You guys
low
are-
expectations, eh?
Well, yeah. Honestly, like, you guys are. I'm a stan. You know it. Like, I'm stoked to be here. I'm just happy to be here.
We gotta say we're really happy that you're here
We're
too.
happy you're here.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, guys.
Yeah,
It's
this
good
is
to
a
be
journey, man. Like, you know, like up and coming artists, you know, making their own culture, making their own music. You know, that's a journey. You know, a lot of that. You know, we try when we get artists on the show to talk about what their creative process is. So maybe you guys could share a little bit about that, and maybe kind of start leading a little bit into the EP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we'll just.
So like there's like two things that happen simultaneously because we're both writing. We usually don't collaborate on verses. We'll collaborate on like a hook,
Mm.
Word.
but we'll put all
And
of
a
our verses
theme.
together
Cool.
Yeah.
into the same track. And so in terms of writing, we both like to just write a track and then find a beat for it.
Word.
Or sometimes we find a beat and then we write a track to it.
Right.
Or we have some lyrics that we can kind of that work with that beat.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also had some people like make beats with us while
Yeah.
we're working on the track.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Cool.
like that led to like two of our
Housey.
most amazing tracks, Housey and Eric Andre, because of
Cool.
our producer Andy. He makes great beats and
Word.
he's just low key.
Trapping out of Kincora, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So our creative process is a bit all over the place because we've even, you know, like written a whole song. We're looking at a whole new beat. We work on that beat for, you know, we work on it for a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden we go, oh no, wait, this
This
song
beat.
that we wrote, let's take this hook out and throw it in there, and then it makes
Cool.
brings
Oh,
it
yeah.
Yeah,
alive.
we do a lot
totally.
of like, because if there's some like footage or stuff from like earlier shows of ours, and then like you watch it sort of like sequentially, you'll find that like, oh wait, like this was like, oh, I thought this was that song, and I thought this was the hook for this song, and then like for Trapistan we were like, these are these tracks and nothing else.
Yeah.
But
Was that
we-
hard?
Nice.
Was that hard to kind of get down? This is.
Yeah.
it is because marrying your lyrics to a beat completely
Yeah.
is quite the commitment, because when you are live, it is fun to sort of just
Do whatever.
switch it up and have the freedom to switch it up. And so I think that having to make that decision and having to follow through with that. Now, like, we're not going to play around with those tracks even live. We'll do like light things here and there,
Yeah.
but we're not going to change the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did, like, Trapistan, I think what we did at the beginning, we write quite a lot.
Word.
So we had 15, 20 songs to work with.
Word.
Oh wow.
And then it started kind of like boiling down, you know, and then we were working with. It's nice to have three people in the room because then you're weeding through the songs and you're going back and forth. And then at some point, we were like, instead of putting ourselves out with this one mixtape, why don't we make three? Which is how Project Gunda began.
Yeah.
And
Sorry,
Trapistan.
Project Gunda?
Gunda.
So Project Gunda is the mixtape, and Trapistan is part one of it.
Word. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
There's a
So-
South Indian slang for you, Gunda.
Yeah, there
yeah,
you go.
Gunda. It means like thug, gangster.
The
Oh, yeah.
gangster. And then we kind of, Gunda became the lane in which we rap. So like Cartel Madras does Gunda rap,
Oh.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is, you know, we're starting a bit of our own genre there. It feels a bit more
Love it.
authentic because, you know, we're not from the States. We're not gangster rappers, but we're Gunda rappers. We're from South
We
India.
know about
Word.
that story. We can
Yeah.
tell those stories and represent those stories rather
Yeah.
than being inauthentic and telling the stories of people and communities that we're not a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. I like that.
Mhm.
Like kind of like representing your own stories and your own ethnicity is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it frustrates me beyond compare when people represent other people's ethnicities or other people's stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Completely annoying.
And
No. Cool.
I see a lot of, like, just even growing up in a Indian community, like, I see, and, you know, we grew up with a lot of other ethnic kids.
Which is, I just got to point out the irony that we would both call ourselves Indians.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Right. We would call ourselves Indians.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's something you notice where ethnic kids try to fill in the coloring book of their life
Right.
using what they see in front of them,
Right.
which a lot of time is not their own history and not their own genre.
Yeah.
Right. Which is how Cartel Madras kind of became maybe what we were always looking for, but we couldn't find. So we were like, we'll just fill those shoes.
It's filling those shoes because it's like while we were growing up, there were very clear examples of female rappers and colored rappers that weren't black or white. And then for us to see that, okay, it's really hard to find rappers that represent the LGBTQ community. It's really hard to find rappers that are successful, that are colored, that aren't black or Hispanic. And so coming into that and looking at it in a way where it's like, we have a lot of stories to tell that are very specific to our experience, but it's also specific to the experience of a lot of other ethnic kids and a lot of people from the LGBTQ plus community. So why would we just make it for brown women? They're definitely a huge part of our audience. We love and respect them. They're dope. But we also have so many other people whose experiences we've shared and we want to speak to.
And it's a way that we kind of like resist the market reducing us to one identity that we have to put all of our heft behind.
Do you guys feel that pressure? Like, is there pressure for you guys to be in a certain box? Like, do you guys get people asking you certain things, or like?
I'd say earlier I felt it more personally, before we like had a release out and we're doing shows, and when we were just deciding what we were going to be, that pressure was I definitely wrote like some very bad conscious rap that's like it's more important to be woke than to be stoic or something like that.
Well, I like that. I respect that.
I was gonna say it's hard when you're like part of a minority and you get put into a position where you kind of have to like represent it.
Yes.
Because then there's like this almost like expectation you put on yourself where you don't even represent yourself anymore. You just kind of like try to break the stereotypes, which is great, and everyone should work on that.
Yeah,
and, like, believe in all that. But it's hard pressure. It's a hard thing for a person to do.
Yeah. And I think being like, you're from a minority community, and then so we're like women in rap, so it's like minority in rap.
Intersectionality.
And it's interesting what people want from you because they think
Sorry, my bad.
A bird hit the window.
But I'm just gonna interrupt you because I think you lost your train of thought.
Sorry.
No, it was before that.
This probably happens on stage too.
Yeah, we've built each other out. Oh yeah. Horribly. But like in terms of the representation thing, is like so many people consider people of a certain like ethnic group or community to like have to be representatives of something, and we're very happy and eager to represent our communities in different ways. But more than that, we're trying to have conversations with people from those communities because they haven't had those conversations with people in public media, or they haven't been able to, or there hasn't been enough of them. So that's really the conversation that we should be having when people are asking us, but do you represent this, and what do you say when you're speaking about this? And it's like, I'm actually not speaking to you about this. I'm speaking to everyone that I want to about it because they understand and I understand. And if there's a disagreement there, we can talk about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
There's something I also want to say about this question of like, do you guys get boxed in with the type of music you make? People, I find, are very surprised when they hear us or hear about us or when they're talking to us, and I get a lot of, what type of music do you guys make? What type of rap? What do you rap about? And like the truth is, we make a lot of party trap. Like that's our genre, right? Like we are making loud, abrasive trap anthems, and that is something I find people have it's a difficult pill to swallow when they're like, brown women are making trap. And you can party to it.
You can see them in their head trying to put it.
They get very confused, especially like when we start our set. We usually start with Red Notice, and that's a track that is very inappropriate.
We were talking about it. Yeah,
explicit.
It's very explicit, and it like it's hype, and it goes there right away. And you can I always see it when I'm rapping that track, and those first few lines happen, and like, you can tell who doesn't know what they're in for right away. Because they're kind of just like...
it's so fun watching that wash over the crowd.
Like wash over it, and then they're like, okay, we're in. And then they join.
Cool.
But that's something... And I find this even from like our own community and even like our family, when we get a lot of questions are like, why don't you guys make rap that is like this? And it's like, actually, it's way more interesting to be women who rap like this.
Yeah,
because,
word.
you know, why do we have to be so woke and conscious all the time?
Word.
As women, we're already expected to be that way.
It's also like
by default.
It is so important to express this sort of aspect of hip hop that isn't traditionally associated with certain groups of people, because that is extremely woke and conscious. And when people don't realize that, it just shows that there is a huge gap in their understanding of what they want to see.
Yeah, they want you to be conscious, but conscious in this way. That's what makes sense to me.
they want me to be conscious in like a robe that like reaches my ankles.
Yeah.
And then, like, with a candle.
Why aren't you rapping in a sari?
Oh God.
Yeah, I really feel that. And like, I think I was there a little bit, like getting to talk to you guys and like hearing, you know, what your thought process is, what your creative process is, what you guys do with your own culture. Like, I really feel like I'm kind of getting that more. I would say I fall into like conscious rap. That's where I like to be. It's important. Like, I think a lot about how trauma travels down, you know, especially in colonial nations. You know, colonization is something I'm really like, I think a lot about. And, you know, India, obviously, that, you know, that history, you can share that kind of feeling and appreciation of what it's like to kind of be disconnected with your own culture. And, you know, having to heal from that. There's a whole kind of process to that there. Yeah, and I think just like having you spell it out like that too, like that's cool. Like I actually like, I needed that a little bit. Like I definitely didn't pick that up right away, because we were like talking about the songs there. In that first song, I think that there's like one lyric. It's like hands down your pants.
One hand on your dick in your pants.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
It's like the first line.
I
dig it.
and you know, all artists, you know, they're putting art out there. I don't know if you can really make art without having it reflect you in some way. And I do, you know, when Karis one says something to me that just makes me think like, wow, that's awesome. You know, I really do like that. But I think I found, like, just in hearing you guys talk, a new way to appreciate, you know, just hip hop in general, like different artists, you know, like Guru, you might say, is like a woke artist, so to speak. But there is kind of a way of being kind of like provocative in other ways, just not just your lyrics. You're not, you know, like that I think cool. Like,
being like woke and conscious is something we always want to do. I think what we're trying to do is Trojan horse it a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I'm feeling it. Yeah.
Because it's like, you should be able to get fucked up to our music in a club, and somewhere in there, you're hearing what we're actually saying as brown women rapping in the 21st century in Canada. Yeah. Right? Like, that, just us existing is like a big fuck you in a way, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what we try to do quite a lot. And you can hear it when you're listening to Trapistan. Like, we're trying to say some very specific things, but we try to slip it through in a trap song.
Yeah.
Right?
Respect.
That's the way to do it. That's the best way to do it.
That is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the way to speak to the most amount of people.
Totally. Yeah. And the pressure to be too woke is kind of a colonial pressure in the first place. It's reacting.
Totally.
You know, your subjectivity is
That's
against
totally true.
that of this thing that you're supposed to exist entirely in resistance to. And that's not going to be the totality of who anybody is, right?
Yeah, that's like a complete absolute. Like, I'm really resonating with this conversation because, like, you know, we're trying to be positive public figures for our own cultures here.
Yeah.
And a big thing with indigeneity is alcoholism and the stereotype of alcoholism. And so, you know, when you want to be a public figure, you want to be positive and you want to spread good vibes. And I feel like with me being indigenous, if I were to do that, I'd have to be sober all the time.
Yeah, because there's a certain...
Right.
Yeah.
There's a racist pressure for you to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not sober all the time.
Right.
Totally.
And I feel like you can advocate for other things. Like, I can advocate for, like, what's that word called? Moderation.
Moderation.
And, like, how to do it healthily and how to not get, like, fucked up all the time. And deal with alcoholism.
One of my elders has this interesting story about how she started drinking, and she said it was... so oftentimes there's kind of racial tension between white folks and indigenous folks, and so she kind of came out openly and said, the people who taught me how to drink responsibly were not Indigenous folks. They were not other people from my culture. And like for her to kind of say that, which doesn't sound like a big deal, is kind of controversial, like just in kind of local colloquial talk. Like that's not something you would really hear. And because I was asking her about social forms of medicine. So like, why is it that some folks can go out and have a few drinks and it helps them to kind of, talk out their day or whatever, but then other folks, seemingly are doing the same thing, but the outcome isn't the same, right? There's, perhaps less things that are being dealt with appropriately or ran from, or however you want to kind of describe that there. But I remember that being really thought-provoking.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, props to you guys for like staying woke and sending good vibes while also not cracking under that racist pressure.
Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about Trapistan and Red Notice. Do you guys want to show us Red Notice?
Yeah,
I mean, we've already heard it, but
let's play it.
Let's play in here.
Let's
Okay.
hit
DJ
Red
Nick.
Notice.
One hand on your dick in your pants, one hand down my shirt when I dance. I fuck shit up with no plans. I'm good alone and I don't need no man, and I get fucking drunk when I can. You seem well hung for a stand. What is the span of your dick that is still in my hand? Do what you can, keep me around, you get a wristband. I'll make him chant. Listen by super stores, dude, I got no front on. 24K on my neck when I start now. Go ahead and peep my shit, get a rundown. Pull up to my show, now you know how I dig down. Gotta go soon, so I gotta get the dick now. Gunning for the #1 spot, make you real loud. Go ahead and show me what you got, make your mom proud. Get your head down. You know that I was just driving at night. You know that I was just moving some shit. I'm gonna swear that I busted a light. I'm gonna swear I did not see that bitch. No risk for no flight, but I still look for a snitch. I just be caught up in hype. Maybe this song's just a glitch. Maybe this song's just a glitch. I'm the jiggy motherfucker with my nails done, boo. I'ma curve you on your roster, then I'll curve your bitch too. I'm a different kind of rapper, so proficient, never proper. You could bump into my type, which is cheating on you. All the boys around me too afraid to say what up. I prefer a player, but a fucking funny slut up. Fuck a corny come up, I'ma fuck your little nut up. Spit it if you can, if you can't, shut the fuck up. Fuck with my dress if you dare. Bitch, have you seen that with flair? Boy, you a toy and I know you be scared. Royalty Roman, you know it be rare. Rappers, they think it's unfair. Pappy be soft like Eclair. Bitch, be from India, fuck with my dress if you dare. Bitch, be from India, fuck with my dress if you dare. Bitch.
wicked.
That.
Oh, so I can see why that would put people out of their comfort zone right away.
Totally.
And that sounds awesome.
Thank you.
When you, I want to see that.
I
at a
love
Yeah.
performing that song. That
Nice.
might still be my favorite song to perform.
Cool.
Nice.
It feels like you're just kind of like punching the audience in the face real quick.
Yeah.
And like performing that. Oh,
Yeah, there
I
you
see.
go.
I was off before.
Kind of sounded quiet.
I was like, I'm not hearing myself. But
Fix it in
when we do
post.
that track live, like we all just like pop off because we start our set with it, and we're
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
blasting into outer space.
Mhm.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
That was a
Yeah.
fun track to. That's a fun track to perform. It was a fun track to record. It was a fun track to create because I think
Yeah.
we were like, we had this idea in our head and we wanted it to be this over the top, very aggressive song.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then that came about.
Well, you hit the mark.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
what's up. That's what's up. That's really good.
Shout out to Scorpio Prod for that beat.
Yo, he's lit.
Scorpio
Nice.
Pride. What up? What up?
Yeah, he's way in Somalia. He's not.
Yeah.
he's dope. But those extra firearm noises, courtesy DJ Egglad,
Yeah, lovingly
just going
rendered.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. What up? What up? Yeah.
I love
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel it. Like the energy so Wacey was the one who's like, yo, we should get these guys on the show. Like, so Wacey was the one who planted that seed. You guys had he told me before Trapistan came out, and then so I listened to it and it just like blasted me. I remember I was actually sitting by the pond there where it's like peaceful and serene, and then all of a sudden I'm like rocking out here, like totally kind of like, yeah.
Dope.
That's dope to hear.
Yeah.
I love hearing the context in which.
Yeah, people hear it for the
yeah.
first
Totally.
time. Because
Yeah.
Totally
I wonder
rewarding.
what people expect, because a lot of people like a ton of people follow us online, but it's really only when you come to see us live, then you're like, okay,
Right.
I know what it is you guys do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So before that dropped, we were a bit like, oh, I don't know how people are going to feel about this,
Word.
and how many singles do we want on it, how many tracks that are more related to race do we want on it, and then we kind of actually decided thematically to make Trapistan a bit more.
Like, this is our fuck shit up.
Yeah, this is our
Yeah.
banger
Mixtape,
mixtape.
Cool.
And then our second one, still a mixtape of bangers, but a bit more. I think we
The
a bit
second
more like
one?
thoughtful or something.
The second one has more to do with like identity, I would say.
Yeah,
And it's
cool.
more about like our story in relation to
Yeah,
race.
there's a bit more of our story. I think the first
Yeah.
one is a bit
Right.
more like flexing a lot.
Nice.
Yeah,
like every
it's a more
song is
flex.
just us flexing.
like there is no
you guys
story.
are on stage, and I
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
the first one is just us like stunting hard.
Basically, in Pork and Leak, there's no story to Pork and Leak.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
us like wilding out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then the second one is a bit more, who are we?
When does that one come out?
That was gonna be
Should be today. No, I'm kidding.
Yes,
We've been saying it was going to be today. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
we
we're
have been.
wild. Oh,
Probably
2 weeks, something like that.
2 weeks we'll be done recording.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
tall order.
Yeah, we'll
Good luck.
Really.
we'll make sure the show that goes out that day, we'll just do like a kind of a throwback mention in our comments there for folks to check it out.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you. That's
Thank
really
you.
dope.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So you talked about Pork and Leak now.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
guys wanted to show that one.
Yeah, this track it really took off. Like
Yeah.
people are feeling this track, and
Yeah.
the
Right.
video for this.
Oh, the video's
directed
coming
by,
out.
Like
Oh.
Asim, Vince, Warren, and Jordan. These four really killed it in this video, and
Yeah.
that video is just
Cool.
gonna it's so dope.
When does
Yeah.
that come out?
It comes out in a week.
In a week, yeah.
actually.
Nice.
Cool.
Like a
Um,
week from today?
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes.
cool.
Yes. A week
That'll
from
be
today.
So that'll be today as of the show coming out.
Wicked. Yeah.
Okay.
Boggy
Yeah.
wrote this one while like bedridden.
Oh, I was really sick when I wrote this
Yeah.
track. I was like, I thought I was dying. I was like
Yeah.
laying in
Were you
bed.
eating pork?
No, I was just really sick.
No, we
Were you
do
vegan?
love dumplings. We do.
We love dumplings. I'm gonna
dumplings.
probably have
love
some
letter to
later.
dumplings.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This
Nice.
is our love letter to dumplings.
Yeah, right.
Alright.
That's
on.
what this track is.
You wanna,
Let's hear that
All
love
right,
letter.
yeah.
wanna drop it, Nick?
Run it, cut it, bust it, run it, cut it, bust it, run it, cut it, bust it, run it, cut it, bust it. You be on that 9 to 5, I be on my bullshit. You be on that 9 to 5, I be on my bullshit. You be on that 9 to 5, I be on my bullshit. You don't even qualify, I think you better cool it. Baby, join the cartel, we best not catch you stumbling. I'm hungry and in Chinatown, so I'ma eat a dumpling. Got a 40 in the paper, this that shit I'm guzzling. But we still put in the hours, you know we be hustling. Catch me cruising through my city in a busted up whip. We be turning up on Tuesdays through to Monday, that's a trip. If I'm liking what I'm seeing, then keep it twerking, baby. By the end of the night, might earn yourself a scholarship. Run it, cut it, bust it, run it, cut it, bust it, run it, cut it, bust it, run it, cut it, bust it. You be on that 9 to 5, I be on my bullshit. You be on that 9 to 5, I be on my bullshit. You be on that 9 to 5, I be on my bullshit. You be sitting on your ass, we already got that blue chip. Pull it with flex, rolling gold, ain't got no cash, better than clothes. Rolling a J, riding a bob, cooking an egg, showing the wop. Back at the club, bottle above, making it drop. Bitch on my top, wearing all white, sucking some shit, trapping all night, getting my fix. Pull it with flex, rolling gold, ain't got no cash, better than clothes. Rolling a J, riding a bob, cooking an egg, showing the wop. Back at the club, bottle above, making it drop. Bitch on my top, wearing all white, sucking some shit, trapping all night, getting my fix. Get my fix. I'm getting my fix. Get my fix. Get my fix. Get my fix. I'm getting my fix. You be on that 9 to 5. I be on my bullshit. You be on that 9 to 5. I be on my bullshit. You be on that 9 to 5. I be on my bullshit. You don't even qualify. I think you better cool it.
That shit is dope.
Cool it. Cool it. One thing you guys taught me when I listened to that, and I think I learned more from artists that I feel connected to. So as a YYC group, for me, I feel closer to you guys than I would from somebody from Atlanta or Detroit. And I remember thinking, because I'm trying to figure out how to make my own music and what my own art means. And yeah, that whole lyric there about 9 to 5, I'm on my bullshit. Like, there was like, for me as somebody who likes to be really conscious, like there was like I was really feeling it, but it was like it didn't need to go deep. You know what I mean? And then I was thinking while I was at the pond, I was like, that's cool. Like there's like catchy bits, the musicality of it there, you know, really captured me, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I think it's important, even when even if you're trying to make like a heavy message, or you know, even if you're trying to say a lot, is it listenable?
Yeah,
right.
Totally.
Can someone hear it and bop along to it?
Am I writing a treatise right now?
Yeah, exactly. Does it slap in the car, right? Because that's what even I think that's a quality that I think the best MCs can also be rappers.
Word.
Oh yeah.
Right? They can. That's what I think you can really. That speaks to Kendrick Lamar, right?
Yeah.
Who's profound in all the stuff he does, but
so good.
He's making so much bangers as well, right? Like, how do you do both?
Yeah.
How can you do both? And I'm not saying Pork and Leak is some profound song.
No, Pork and Leak is like it's funny because there's some like
there is
like
There's
little
a Trojan
eggs
horse
in there.
message in there.
There's
for
little eggs in
sure.
there. It's
I like the eggs. Like I literally anytime I hear eggs from you guys' music now, I'm gonna think about it differently. Imagine Tristan in the kitchen, Grandma's
Egging
looking
it
over
up.
like respect.
Yeah, see what
Just
you're
a
doing
solid
over
nod.
there. Man, that you be on 9 to 5, I be on my bullshit. Like
that line has
So
just
dope.
People love
it's
it.
lit.
secretly about.
It's about
That's a socialist ass
anti-capitalism.
line.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Dope.
Also, like, ain't got no cash, spending on clothes. Yeah, I ran out of all of the fucking money.
Yeah, dude, we've been
Because I
really
was just
broke.
trying
Yeah,
to
we're all
buy
very broke.
clothes.
All we spend it on is looking good.
That's funny. Well, it's working. It's working.
Yeah, it's funny
That's
how
Wes.
much corporate people fuck with that song.
Like,
Yes, they are. Oh my
Yeah.
god! It's like people
Love
come
it. It's
out
like
of
they're-
work
they
and
need
they're
that
like,
song.
yeah.
Escapism.
You ever see that
yeah,
meme?
escapism.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. You ever
Yeah.
see that meme where it's like me in my car listening to songs about dealing drugs and murder on my 9 to 5 job?
Yeah, exactly.
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 Yeah, you know, so I get some opportunities to interact with corporate culture, and those people are like spiritually, not all of them, but lots of them are spiritually kind of like starving, you know, like there's so much to be part of an organization. So another book that I read back in the day, The Linchpin by Seth Godin, he was talking about being indispensable in your industry. And when you're part of these big organizations, you're just kind of a gear, part of that machine. And even if they don't intend it to be like that, it's really hard to kind of get out of that mindset of you're just in this box. This is your responsibility. So I could totally see corporate Calgary coming out and be like, yeah, you be on that 9 to 5, I'll be on that bullshit. Like, just feeling that. Like,
It's so funny.
and,
yeah.
and that's too, like, you're speaking to the people.
Yeah, YYC is totally like a 9 to 5.
9 to
city.
5,
Yeah.
Yes, it really
So
is.
Oh, yeah.
on that note of connecting with local artists, right there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I thought people would be offended by that line at first.
I did
but
too. Like,
Yeah, that song gets the loudest.
people like that.
Returns.
People sing along to that one now too because they all know it.
Yeah.
like that's the track that everybody like knows.
Oh yeah.
We had a
Word.
big show at Hi-Fi.
Yeah, those are our album release.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
our
shout out
album
to everyone
release
who
was at
came to that.
Hi-Fi,
Cool.
and it was
yeah.
great. We ended with Pork and Leak, and then we had
It was
like
great.
20 people on stage
People
with
like
us just
bum rushed
dancing.
the stage.
Wow.
Everybody was wild now. It was amazing.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
yeah.
Yo, you guys know Rocky? Rocky used to spin at Hi-Fi. I don't know if he still does. Like, he's been DJing for like years.
very
Calgary.
familiar.
Rocky, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Is-
super familiar.
Does he go by a different name?
He was part of a B-boy crew too. Yeah, I only knew him as Rocky. Like, I was like, you know, he's like a dad. Like, you know, I kind of know him more like that. But I went out and seen him a few times at Hi-Fi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause now Hi-Fi's main, like, Fridays,
It's
like
100%.
house.
They got that
Nino
100%
and
group.
Cece.
House, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
They
Right.
used to do, I think, more hip-hop nights. Like, I'm kind of out of the loop now, but
100%
yeah.
is their hip hop night, I think.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
their
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
top 40 kind of like.
It's like
New
the yeah.
Freezer.
It's like the yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But Hi-Fi it's a really good band. We're actually in Hi-Fi again.
Huh?
Oh
In
yeah. September
10th,
10th.
11th,
12th.
no 10th.
10th.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
September 10th.
September 10th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plug.
Plug. Plug.
That's what this is for.
Yeah.
Do all your plugs.
Plug.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about doing a little freestyle?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So each week we try and do like a few beats. I can run it until you're feeling it. My boy DJ Levy.
What's up?
Yo, can you hook us up with some beats?
I got you.
Yeah.
Freestyle will
Start
be a
off
real
right now?
song I've written fully that I never
Yeah.
know that now.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, we're working on our improv game for sure.
Well, you're
In
gonna
the
freestyle
car,
too.
I'm killing it in the freestyle.
Yeah, when I'm alone,
it's
my freestyles are
killer.
fire.
It's killer in the car.
So good.
All right.
That's why I
What
write
verse-
half my
What
songs.
verse have I
All
recently
right.
written?
So you guys ready for this?
We're
Do
ready.
it. Drop it.
Let's go.
Killer shit.
Give me a second. Just something. Play.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually like nervous now too.
This is my song.
Oh.
This is my
We hear
song.
something.
This is Crush.
Okay, yeah. That's
I was like, what? I was like, I know this song. Very well.
What's that? Yeah, just play that. Just play that.
I played that.
all right. So this time I got you for real.
Word.
All right, let's go.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm on a battlefield. Like just the mist is just set in. Yeah. Yo, we're looking around and we're going downtown. Yo, you wanna turn it down a little bit? Cause my headphones blowing out. I am blowing out. I am going out to see Cartel. Yeah. They like the fam. We up here spitting this motherfucking jam. Cause I wanna be big and I wanna be real. So let me tell you what I am gonna feel. Cause I'm getting a little bit nervous on the mic. But every time I come back I am hyped. Cause I want to be here and I wanna be near the people. They gonna be here like seers. Seeing right through me. Ain't got no games. Ain't gonna do me no good to be around like I am found. So I'm good medicine and I'm down for the good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, 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 good vibes.
Egg lad. Make a bad man feel bad.
Yeah.
Real style, real bad.
We are all real bad.
Real bad. A boshi.
What? That wasn't even 8 bars. Okay.
It's like 4 bars.
Okay. All right, thinking about what to talk about. Thinking about this coconut water. No, I'm not your daughter, but you
Yeah.
really talk slick. No, you got some sick tricks. I'm just trying to see your dick. I ain't into playing tricks. I'm just trying to talk about something real quick. Don't know what it is, but I'm on a new tip. Tell me if you got a fucking Q-tip. Something's in my ear. No, you gotta fear something new. So let me make it clear. I wanna know what I can do to you in the nighttime. Let me show you a right time. Let's put the lights out, baby. Let me show what will make you crazy. You don't know what you wanna say to make him on usually, then just go away. Go away, baby. Go away.
Yeah.
Go away.
Go away.
Go away, baby. Go away.
Yeah. See, the funny thing is you guys think I'm gonna freestyle, but I'm not.
We were
I
at
won't
that.
be fucking freestyle.
We were at that Marta Loop house.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a story
That's a good
about
story.
Zach's
Oh, okay.
house in
Zach's
Marta
house.
Loop.
Yeah,
Okay.
good story.
Okay.
So
Alright.
us, and Stoney Knows Res Kids, and a couple of the people that were there at Sled, we all go back to Zach's house.
Yeah.
We're kicking it. We're
This
chilling.
wasn't even Slut. This was East Town Get Down.
Oh, this was East Town. This was your East Town Get Down. So
Word,
everyone was
word.
there. Like JPB
Yeah,
was
the
there.
Treaty Yourself show. at Fuse
That
33.
artist was there.
Word.
Night Sun. Night Sun's dope. Shout
He's
out Night
dope.
Sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Night Sun.
So all of us were there, hanging out, having a good time, playing
I was
some foosball.
wasted
She was real turn. I was real turn
and high.
And so at one point, someone was like, "Let's do a freestyle."
And I
And
enthusiastically,
looked at
I'm
me,
like,
she's like,
okay,
yeah, and I'm like, and I
got
look at
this,
her,
I
and I'm
got
like,
this.
"Are you
Yeah.
sure? Are you
Because
sure?"
I was like, and you know when you have like a vision of yourself in your head and you're like very smooth and
Yeah.
moving. Like if anyone saw me, I would have been like, already passed out from the ground, being like, "I got this."
People
No,
like,
it was-
you're on the ground right now.
Yeah.
You're like, I got this.
It was so bad because so the first person went, they killed it. This other girl went, she killed it. I go, it's very mediocre.
And I don't even know how they kill. I'm like, who are these kids? What?
Yeah.
And then so I do like something kind of mediocre, and then like someone else comes, and the three of us is like, okay, and then she comes in. She's like, okay. She comes in the middle, and then she says, she goes to the middle. She's like, says nothing intelligible, and then looks at me and is like, no, please,
Bail me
out.
bail me out. So traumatized from that incident.
Yeah.
I refuse to freestyle to this day.
Yeah, word. It'll come back. It'll come back.
It'll come back. It's a hard thing to do, though.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, the type of rappers we are,
Yeah, y'all are writers.
We're
writers.
We're writers.
I don't know. I was feeling that freestyle.
Oh, no, that was actually.
That was
I don't know
really
where
good.
that came
That
from.
was
really
Like, I
good.
don't know.
Yeah.
I was
that-
in the zone. I was in the zone.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, wow,
I'm
well
kind of
done.
glad
Yeah.
like they put on you to follow up because I didn't want to follow that.
Yeah, I was like, and
I came up with
no.
some stuff.
You
Yeah.
sure did.
But we tend to rap very fast on
Yeah.
stage, and we tend to like when
Yeah,
we are writing.
Sometimes he'll like throw us some nonsense. Oh, sorry.
okay.
That's really loud. Sorry. Sometimes he'll like do some nonsense and like make a track triple speed, and
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
no
yeah.
way to
Stage.
change it. We've already started rapping. He's
I will
like,
nudge that
"What?"
speed fader by mistake a lot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
DJ fouls. Oh yeah, all day.
I didn't notice.
Dude, the last show we did, I had the beginning of Red Notice. Like, it was so fast. Buggy's like, what hand on you dick in my pants? What hand on my shoving it? Like, it was,
Yeah, I was just jetting through that.
yeah, and you don't know. You think it's your adrenaline.
Yeah.
I'm like, it sounds really fast. I must be very, very excited to be here.
right? And I gotta
Yeah.
bring it down real slow so it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like I made a mistake, so no one can really notice.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Do it over
yeah,
8 bars or something.
Yeah. That's
That's
cool.
funny.
That's
The
cool.
whole song, bringing it back to normal.
Yeah, you guys should fire me. I don't know what.
Do you guys listen to 36 Chambers?
Yeah.
You know, so I was just thinking, like, right now, you know, about what you guys are doing, and there's an interview with one of the guys on their album, and he's like, you know, I feel what you guys are doing. I feel the realness. You know, people probably feel it when you guys are on stage, and I kind of feel like as like we're hosting the show here, I feel like kind of making a similar comment where like I feel like people could really feel you guys on stage. You know, I haven't seen you. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he says, actually. It's like, I haven't seen you on stage, but like, yeah, I can feel the realness.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's dope. Thank
appreciate
you.
that, man.
Thank you.
That's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see people up there, and it's sometimes like they don't feel themselves, and it's the job of the audience to
To like bolster them.
totally to
Yeah.
like hold them up, and we try to give when we're up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We try to, like,
Yeah.
Yeah. The most fun the three of us have is when we're putting on a good show.
Nice.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Cool.
That's the best feeling in the
Oh
world.
yeah, we get the slump the next day. We're like, oh,
Oh,
yeah.
those
Like,
showdowns.
I'm not on stage. Wah.
totally.
Oh, so it's not like a tired out. It's like that was so much fun. I wish that was happening.
Yeah.
Oh
more.
yeah,
Wow.
it's like an upper,
Absolutely.
right? Like when you're
Wow.
there and like, and it goes well,
Yeah.
and you know you're riding off the adrenaline of the whole night.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right, it feels great. So that like 2 days later, there's a dip, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't feel so good.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't do Molly. Why does it feel like I
Why
did
does it feel
Molly?
like- yeah, for real, for real. Yeah, it's like you come down off
Word.
of that, which is something I think we have to figure out because our shows are so high energy. Like how to manage that low
Yeah.
that you feel like a couple days after.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
some more eggs.
You guys.
Eggs.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, 6 eggs every
So
morning.
Omega 3s coming at you. Something that I want to ask, just as somebody who cares a lot about mental health, how do you guys take care of yourselves? You know, like you probably put a lot into your music. You know, when you go to the shows, you are putting a lot of yourself out there. How do you guys take care of yourself?
It's still a bit of a learning process.
Yeah.
SSRIs.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
like
word.
the three of
Word.
us have all had some like pretty insane encounters with mental health in the past
Word.
couple of months, and I think we're all learning a lot very quickly,
Word.
and we're still making a lot of the mistakes that we probably used to. I know I am,
Word.
and so just like figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and also just like kind of being generous with yourself
Totally.
in that like
yeah.
one of my meds was making me car sick. I stopped taking it for a week. Bad idea. Definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but so small stuff like that, but also just bigger stuff. Like we're all very hard on ourselves,
Yeah.
and that's
We're just
unsustainable. and like in different ways we're all really hard on ourselves, and like Contra takes on too much. Egglad is an extreme perfectionist and will lock himself in a closet working on something for 2 days and then like come out in tears like I'm not done.
Word. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
I think one thing we decided pretty early on when we were kind of, I mean, maybe we shouldn't reveal the secret. I mean, I can, whatever.
Yeah, if whatever you guys are comfortable sharing.
But I mean, it's not even like a secret. It's just like, I think something you have to decide when you go into this game is just how much of it you want to live and how much of it you want to act like you're living and how much of it you take a step. You know, it's something you have to decide pretty early on. Is like, are we gonna party every single night? Probably not. It's unsustainable.
Yeah.
We won't be able to make music if we're doing that.
Yeah.
And like, you know, just being able to check each other. Like after a show to be like, oh, you want to do this and maybe we want to do this. And
I'm narked out every night.
Yeah.
We're like, we're going home.
Yeah, sometimes we just have to go home, right?
Yeah.
Like, and our shows are pretty late, so it's not like we're actually partying till.
Oh no, like we'll be done.
don't
Like
do
at Hi-Fi,
anything.
we were done at like what time? Like
1:30 a.m.
1:30.
Oh yeah.
I'll close at 2.
And it's like, what were we doing before that? Drinking coffee. And
Yeah.
having a meal. You know what I mean? But it's like you go on there and you have to be like, I'm on everything. But like you're not, because we won't be able to perform our set if we're on everything.
Word.
So we
we don't do anything until that post.
Until after.
Till after. And then after it's pretty late. So sometimes it's just like, you know, we should just probably go home, have some pizza, and then evaluate our set, which we do a lot of.
We are like immediate, like the minute we're off stage, before we even congratulate each other, we're like, okay, so like what do you need to work on? What are we gonna do right next time?
Yeah.
What are we not gonna do? What are we cutting? What are we cutting? What are we cutting?
And then even little things like being fed. Like DJ Egglad makes sure we're eating.
Oh, he makes like the meals.
I make sure we're hydrated. Soup's important to me. Shout out to Noon.
Yeah, we're to Noon.
Noon.
Shout out to Noon.
Electrolytes,
Yeah.
chablets, yes.
Yeah,
So
but
good.
being even like, I think something we need to get back into the habit of is like regularly making sure we're going to the gym, because it's important to
Connection
have
with
that.
your body.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Teaches you things. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What I wanted to ask
I
with
was
you
just
guys
really excited you guys said that because I always say that.
is we've had a lot of like artists and musicians and rappers on the show, but we've never had a rap duo. And I know there's a couple out there in the game, and it's a popular way to do your, I guess, platform. But how's it work? How do you guys find it works with the duo?
It's lit.
It's
It
worked
like
shockingly well.
It's worked really well, and like the things that we get irritated about are actually things that like either are just sibling nonsense, which is pretty rare anyways, or like actual stuff about like this doesn't make any sense. Why are we doing it like this? And I think in terms of like balancing things out, it's really easy for us to do that because like we've been performing since we were very young, so we understand stage dynamics pretty well.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more interesting looking at 3 people on a stage doing a lot of really exciting stuff than one person walking back and forth.
Yeah.
It's an advantage. I think people look at, I think what I find with duos and even siblings that work together, the only way to do it well, I think, is if everyone is pretty confident about their identity.
Word.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because then you're not sparring for the spotlight. You're not trying to be like, oh, you did that, but I want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really good that we don't waste our time doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're never worried about like, oh, you have one extra line than me in this song.
Word.
Exactly.
Not like who's gonna be the Beyonce and break off.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Never.
Yeah.
If you have enough of confidence in your own identity, then you're like, okay, I can hold my own. You can hold my own. Better for both of us to just pop on stage and be amazing, right?
Completely.
And then work off that energy from each other.
An economy of breath is huge when you're rapping.
Oh
too.
my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
that
we,
is
we
the
can
most
rap faster, more frequently because
We're going
the
back
other
and forth.
person's breathing.
Word.
Like
Yes.
she
The
can mosh
energy.
while I'm rapping and come back and rap. You know what
And
I mean?
like we've done that
Wow.
like during our set. Like if he's not going out and moshing during a track, if there's a huge like verse, like one of us will just pop into the crowd and like fuck shit up and get back on stage.
Nice.
And it's great. But that's an advantage we get to have that a lot of solo rappers don't, because they're covering a lot of room
Huge
alone.
spaces,
Yeah.
Right?
huge.
You
How
gotta
do
be
you
an
keep people
athlete.
entertained like that?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm learning a lot, man. This is cool. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for sharing what you guys know. That's
Thank you.
yeah, really good.
Oh, and back to mental health too. Like I think I'm just totally changing the topic back.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
I think we let ourselves be sad because we should be sad sometimes too.
Mhm.
And like
Word.
we all saw the sky this summer, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a hard time to be alive, and it makes
Word.
sense to be digesting those things and having, you know, I'd be more worried if I was like, if that didn't affect me,
Yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're
Word. I got a
That's it.
story on that I want to share because I had that teaching. I find like when I go through life, and you guys probably find the same thing, but you have experiences and those things, those experiences teach you something. So I was in organic chemistry, which is arguably one of the hardest classes.
big fail rate.
Huge fail rate. And I actually loved it. Like it was like Lego, like little kits. You've seen that you can like build your own little molecules and stuff. And so there's two classes. The second part is harder than the first. And I was taking the second part. And I remember after the final exam we wrote, and this at U of C when I was at U of C, so it's big classroom, really intimidating, like the gymnasiums that we'd use to write our tests. And there was this girl that I had talked to a little bit, but didn't really know too much. And so I was sitting at the bus stop, and I seen her, and I knew she was in my class. I knew she just wrote her final, and she was crying. And I'm always talking about positive vibes. I'm always trying to like put out good vibes. And this was a really big teaching for me as I sat down next to her and I started joking and like kind of like being silly and really trying to like brighten up her day. And she said to me, there was some other conversation they had, but she said to me, sometimes you just got to be sad. And this was the second time she had taken that course, and she might not have passed. I never actually found out if she passed the course. But I never considered that in my mind that like sometimes, I mean, it makes sense, you know, but it was a big teaching moment for me to be like, wow, like, you know, you think you're all this coming up, you know, like you're just going to pump this person up. But like actually, like sadness has purpose. It's not to say, you know, being sad all the time is kind of the best way to live your life. However you want to live your life is cool. But yeah, I appreciate that.
There's got to be space for it, man. Especially when like we've had bad sets and we shouldn't be stoked. You know what I mean? The path to being better is to be sad about.
Yeah.
Somersaulting away from the venue with tears in our eyes.
Yeah. Weeping, running out.
Yeah. I feel the tears. It's good to cry. Like, shout out to the
everybody
guys who
cry.
cry.
Let's have a cry.
Let's cry right now.
Cry. So at the end of the show, usually we try and go around and just say anything you want to put good vibes out to. You know, could be a person, could be a thing, could be something you want people to think about, could be a plug. So I'll go first and just say I want to send some good vibes out to my family, who I know you know is growing and healing, and I just got so much love. I like started crying last night over my mom. There was a video I was watching, and you know, it's just a mom leaving her family, and I was just really. I started tearing up a little bit. I text my mom's like 11:30 or so. I was like, I love you, Mom. So shout out to my family. Yeah.
Nice. I'll give a shout out to you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's fun having you guys on the show. I'll give a shout out to DJ Blackfoot. He just came back from a hiking show.
Right.
I saw that.
Yeah.
What up, Rich?
And then Levy and Nick again. And Nick's not here right now, but shout out to Levy for the beats. And
Yeah.
No
nice
problem.
to see you again.
My man on the beats, the ones and twos.
Hey.
Yeah, shout out to you guys having us. Thank you very much.
It was great.
Oh, it's
That was
been
fun.
fun. Yeah, smiling over here. Shout out. There's a huge prison strike going on right now.
Oh.
I've been reading about
Oh,
all
wow.
across Canada and the States. People on hunger strike right now, and they've been sending people like not a lot of choice to go fight forest fires, prisoners and stuff like that. So
Oh,
Really?
shit.
Really?
yeah, modern day slavery, like predominantly people of color being sent to. You know, it's like, hey, you can see your kids sooner if you go fight a forest fire. Is that a choice? It's not, right?
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Wow.
Shout out to all those people right now staying strong through that. They're
Yeah,
a
word.
week and a half in, something like that.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Sweety Treaty Gang
Yeah, what
in
up?
general. It's lit. It was dope being here. Shout out to Chelsea for doing our art and
Yeah,
killing it. She really
word.
kills our art. Shout out to
Yeah.
Ryan Tram for doing our album art and like just nailing exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
Shout out
What
to
up?
Iman, our manager, for being just an angel from
Word.
heaven. Shout out to people in Kerala. Floods.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Yeah,
Stay
word.
safe, folks. Yeah, shout out to Iman. She's our manager, and we're soon going to be launching a larger collective and label with her.
Cool.
What?
Stay tuned for that.
Could we get the name?
Yes.
Exclusive.
Should we?
No. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's
I'm not
cool.
mad
That's
about
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we can say it. So, like, it's going to be called Thought Police.
Wow.
Nice.
And we're working with a few artists in the city, and it's going to be a bit of a collective, somewhat of a label. It's going to be a movement. And we're, I think, probably going to officially launch it at our Sans Fox party.
Cool.
So that is all happening.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
what's up.
Mm-hmm,
That's what's up. Yo, DJ Levy, you got some positive vibes you want to put out there?
That forest fire thing, I wasn't aware of that at all. That's really like tough.
Yeah.
That's some
shout
stuff,
out
eh,
to
man.
those who are going through that right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's really messed up that they're doing that. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah.
Word.
We'll fix it. Here we go.
Yeah. The power of people.
2019.
Yeah. I was just to kind of brain dump one other thing here. I'm around a lot of folks who talk about systems thinking and changing things as change makers. And like for me, the biggest kind of variable in change making is people. Like we often kind of focus on the things that are not people and think that's got to change. Like we talk about laws and stuff. But it's really about the people that are in those systems. I often think about love. I think about self-care, peer support, those types of things. Yeah. And so, with music, that's, one way that we can impact people. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, you want to count us down?
You guys remember the jingle?
Oh, I don't.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Yeah?
join in. Just
Yeah.
just join in where you can.
All right. Oh yeah, I just gotta count. Brain fart. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
It's the Sweety Treaty Show.
Right on.
Hey.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right on.
Cool.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for
Thanks, guys.
listening.
Thanks for having us,
Thank
guys.
you.
It's been a
Cartel
treat.
Madras out.
Cool.
That was dope.